did it. It's taken a while to get these guys married, but we've done it. Hi everyone, I'm Annette Silman and I'm Nikki's mum. Welcome to the wedding of Nikki and Max Finkel. As most of you know, I lost my adorable husband and Nikki's beloved dad, Herschel, 17 months ago. But how proud he would have been today, seeing Nikki, his little girl, all grown up as a bride on this long-awaited day. I can finally call Max my brilliant son-in-law instead of my sin-in-law. Not bad. But tonight is a night of celebration. God, my hands are shaking. Thank you. At just 10 weeks old, Nikki Jordana entered our lives and transformed us from a couple to a family. And from that moment on, she was the focus of all our love and attention. We were definitely helicopter parents, and for that I make no apologies. We are particularly proud that her loyalty as a friend is reflected in her wedding party. Nikki has been friends with most of these girls and Justin. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, okay, Justin. Since their kinder days at Bialik. And I would personally like to thank them for their immense loyalty, especially in the last 17 months. Nikki is accomplished in a range of endeavours. She began walking at 9 months because nothing was going to hold her back. She's a keen netballer, basketballer, and is a tremendous great team player. She has organised numerous Hens weekends, and her organisational skills are reflected in her chosen field. She is the best declutterer I know, and this was reflected in her cupboards and drawers as she was growing up. I never had to nag her about cleaning up her room. On one occasion when she was going overseas, she still hadn't packed 2 hours before we were to leave for the airport. But Herschel and I, we stayed stum because everything was in neat piles on the floor, and it literally took her 10 minutes and she was ready to go. Her passion for decluttering is reflected in the summation from her employers, Sarah and Tanya, from Handled with Care. We first met Nikki when we were helping the family relocate. We were blown away by how meticulous everything in her room was organised. She is a wonderful asset to our business and we adore her. Unquote. Herschel and I were fortunate to have been surrounded with and supported by the love of our parents, Frida and Henry, Esther and Richard. I'm very grateful for my mum being here today, as we all know how precarious life can be. And how good does she look at 90? I am extremely sad that not only Herschel is missing today, but also his parents and his twin brother Mark, and my beloved dad, Henry, who passed away last year. All are sorely missed, and all would have been so proud of Nikki. But Herschel is represented here today, and for the last 17 months, by his sister Sandra, who has kept her promise to him to always look after Nikki and I. Sandra, you did a magnificent job escorting Nikki to the chuppah today. We cannot thank you enough for everything you do, despite your own family commitments and your limitations. And on a personal note, I would like to thank Nikki and Max and my family and friends who have been there for me since Herschel died. Indeed, we are all proud of Nikki, who is a loving daughter, granddaughter, niece, loyal friend, and a delightful, calm individual who rarely loses her cool and has never had a tantrum, even as a 2-year-old. That was me having the tantrums. She has always been open and honest, and we saw this in 3 notes that she wrote to us on 3 consecutive nights. And I have them here. This was on the night before she was to start high school, and her Bialik friends would remember this. She wrote, and it was on the Waikiki Beachcomber hotel pad. Hi, Dad and Mum. Please don't make me go back to school. Please. Love, Nix. The next night, she came home from school and she wrote, "High school rocks. Thanks for making me go to school. Love, Nix." And the third one, there was a flooding that day at the school. Do you remember? And the school was flooded for days. So she wrote, "It sucks. There's no school because of some stupid rain. I'm upset. Love, Nix." Although Nikki and Max have been together for nearly 8 years, it's lovely to finally welcome Max officially into the Silman Salter clan. It's wonderful to finally have a handyman that I can call on, and his rates are very affordable. More importantly, Nikki has found her soulmate. They have proved the strength of their relationship, firstly in their ability to look out for each other during their extended travels in exotic locations, and secondly, but closer to home, in the way they were able to make a positive experience out of lockdowns over the past 2 years. Cooking over a fire pit in our backyard and taking part in trivia nights over Zoom outside in the freezing cold, trying to recreate their passion for camping, while Herschel and I were inside warm and cosy. Max, we knew you were a keeper all those years ago in the very early stages of your relationship, when Nikki was rushed to the Ballarat-based hospital after yet another music festival with a very bad case of tonsillitis. Max stayed 2 nights sleeping on a very uncomfortable bed so that he could drive her home. And this trend of looking after each other has continued and is such good groundwork for a happy marriage. Today is a very special day for making memories and to celebrate your love for one another. I know that we've all had heavy challenges last year and they will always be ongoing. But your love for each other has kept you going. Max, your strength and loyalty to Nikki is very comforting for me as you embark on your new lives together. Olga, Yuri and Alex, you have done such a great job raising Max. He is a kind, caring and thoughtful son, grandson, brother and uncle who is always concerned and very helpful with his grandparents, especially during these COVID times. To our family and friends, I thank you for your unfailing love and support and for making the trek from Melbourne. In particular, a big thank you to Sharona Mossison, coming from Perth, my gorgeous niece, and to Faye and David from Queensland. But I received a very special message. This morning. Dear Nikki, muzzle tough on your wedding. We actually like Max a lot, but we're confused. We weren't invited, yet we consider ourselves part of the family and 2 of your best friends, and we feel very left out. It may take us a while to forgive you, but we wish you and Max a lifetime of happiness. Love, Ollie and Ruby. Dogs. They're our dogs. Nikki and Max, Herschel and I had 42 wonderful years together. It is my wish for you 2 to have the same happy marriage as we shared. If Dad were here tonight, he would probably tell you the same things he used to tell you when you were a teenager going out. Don't drink too much, don't be home too late, and he would also say, as your dad, not as your dad, but as your accountant, he would say, "What happened to the budget? And how much is this bloody costing?" I'm done.
A bit biased, but isn't Nikki the most beautiful bride you've ever seen? I'm so thrilled that I'm able to be here today. Nikki Saylor Henry would have been so proud of you, as am I. Nikki, I am so happy you met such a in Max, together with his wonderful parents, Olga and Yuri, and extended family. Welcome to our family. Nikki and Max, I wish you nothing but love and happiness for a lifetime together. I hope everyone has a wonderful time at this simcha. Mazel tov.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody in this room, both families, all friends, for being here today and sharing with our young couple such a beautiful and important event of their life. Thank you. That is probably what weddings are about. For newlyweds to absorb all the love and friendship, take it with them, turn it into long, fantastic life together, and pass it on to the future generations. Almost 35 years ago, Olga and I had an idea to leave Ukraine, then still USSR, for Australia. We wanted a better life and to take our kid out of the communist brainwash. The idea actually worked for us. We like our life here, and look at Alex now, he's definitely not a communist. And his brain is not washed at all. Also, it could use scrap. A couple of years after our arrival, we had another idea. That was to have another child. And I think everybody here today will agree that this was not such a bad idea either. Then Max appeared. He was not as big, but much chubbier than now. And very soon he started generating ideas of his own. Some of them were fantastic, like sport, education, work, and some of them like jumping from a roof onto a mattress on his box party. Not as brilliant. I'm absolutely sure that his best idea of all time was Nikki. From the day when Olga and I met Nikki and saw them together, it was obvious that you are like wine and cheese, like chocolate and coffee, like Batman and Robin, just perfect match. Now your ideas will be united. And this is very good, as I strongly believe that roof jumping will not be suggested by Nikki. This speech is probably the best time to give Nikki and Max some very wise parental advice on how to live a great family life. But looking at you two for these past years, I think you know perfectly well how to love, respect, and look after each other, and how to be happy. So the parental advice will be to keep generating ideas, keep acting upon them, live interesting, eventful, and fulfilling lives, keep treating each other the way you do, and your family life will be wonderful. Actually, the idea of having kids might not be exclusively yours, but still is very interesting and fresh. Just say, no pressure. Amen? Yeah. Our parents here, Olga and I, are very happy and very proud today. And let us all raise our glasses to a long and happy family life ahead for Nikki and Max. Mazel tov.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I just want to say something off the cuff that I didn't write earlier. First of all, I just want to thank Annette, where are you, over there? Thank you for your hand in all of this. And what an amazing bunch of boys and girls. I feel so safe being far, far away from you, knowing, but also knowing that you're in good hands. Really good hands. Amazing bunch of people, you guys. And now the speech. Hello. A well of gratitude to all the ancestors, the Pezzies, the grannies, the nannies, the boobas and Zadies. Big enough for just one Finkel. Just before I get into the meat of the sandwich, I'm going to comment on the bride looking absolutely stunning. And the groom looking absolutely stunned. They're coming. I remember when Max announced Nikki to the rest of the family. He rang me and said, "I'm calling to let you know that I'm in love and we're in love, so yep, wanted you to know that we're in love." Okay, bye. And hung up. I soon found out that all the members of our small family received the identical telephone notification. We, my wife Keely and I, met Nikki for the first time at the Elwood Lounge for our formal introduction. A beautiful butterfly flew into the bar. Bit thin, bit shy, bit nervous, but giggly, delicate and gracious with minimal eye contact. As soon as Nikki and I were presented with a moment alone, I asked her, "So, you like my brother, huh?" She looked me square into the eyes like a mafia assassin and said, "Yeah, he's amazing." I never thought of him as amazing, but from that moment, he became amazing. I guess that's what it's all about, bringing out the best and sharing it with the world. Asterisk, see Mike Kantarovich for resonance theory anytime throughout the evening or night or morning, etc. Our dad's first compliment to Max and Nikki rings in my mind. He takes a long time to aim, but when he shoots, he hits the mark. I can probably talk all night about Max, about Nikki. I could condescend from my pedestal of vast marital experience, offer unsolicited romantic and logistical advice for a successful union, bang on about the pillars of communication, friendship, and incessant dating, but none of it will hit the mark, no matter how long I aim. That is because the deep emotions, true matters of the heart, cannot be expressed in words. Love cannot be captured by such a crude, blunt tool as language. So, without further ado, I will shut up and express my sentiments in the best way I know how. Interpretational dance. DJ, drop it.
the speech is short, but it's our wedding, so fill your glasses and get comfortable. Bear with me because I've got quite a few thank yous that I need to make. Mama, you somehow managed to be the toughest person in a house full of boys. Thanks for always pushing me to do what I want and not to do anything I don't have to. Thanks for always making sure that I'm being fairly treated and that I'm taking time to enjoy the present. I feel very proud to call myself a mummy's boy. Dad, you, on the other hand, always pushed me to do the things I didn't want to, but should. And some of my best decisions came from trusting your judgment instead of my own. You were always my first phone call when shit hit the fan, or when I needed to make sure that it wouldn't. If it's true that you're only as good as your mentor, then I'm not complaining. Thanks for everything. Alex, rightly or wrongly, I spent my whole life looking up to you, trying to follow in your footsteps. And some of the best parts of me are a direct product of you. You're my best mate and my soundboard, constantly showing me what the world could be like. Thank you for giving me a big sister that's always had my back, and two little cockroaches, two of the best little humans ever. That one's going to be really hard to beat. But seriously, I hope that I can be half a father. I'm not going to tell you never to change. I'm going to tell you to never stop changing. Never stop growing and never stop asking why. Because I think that we're all better for it. And I promise I'll learn to surf one day. To my grandparents, and I'm sorry everyone, I'm going to have to switch it up for a second here. Бабушки и дедули, вам по-русски. Вы всегда были для меня самые важные. И ваша теплота всегда со мной. Я вас люблю и ценю. Будьте здоровы, пожалуйста. Вы мне еще очень долго нужны. Annette. Thank you for the way in which you and Howard welcomed me firstly into your lives, then into your home, and finally into your family. Thank you for your trust and kindness, but most of all, thank you for imparting those qualities into your daughter. Thanks for trusting me with your precious cargo. You have my word that she's in safe hands. And now with this ring, for those of you who don't know, which is not many, it's an exact replica of Hirsch's ring that Nicky wears every day. I know that he'll be watching and making sure of that. Wifey. My very own Mrs. Finkel. Firstly, wow. Like, seriously, wow. I know I'm doing a speech right now, but I'm speechless. You're absolutely unbelievable. Secondly, I knew first. I knew first that this was going to happen. Long before I actually made it happen, I knew that it was going to happen. You can call it whatever you want, but you had me from day one, and since then it was always you. I promise I wrote that before I saw the sign. I guess that as of today, you don't really have a choice. And for nearly 8 years, you've chosen every day, maybe not every day, to put up with me, to care for me, to consistently, constantly make me laugh. Yes, half the time I'm laughing at you, but so what? You keep me grounded when my head is in the clouds. You cool it down when it's overheating, and you gently remind me of its proportions when it's getting a little bit big. Where you find the patience, I don't know. You're the most thoughtful and caring person that I've ever met, and I'm so proud of your strength and resilience and ability to find humour in any situation. You turned this boy into a man, and today into the happiest husband in the world. I couldn't imagine life without you, so here's to you making life more beautiful for a very long time to come. To all of our friends. You guys mean the absolute world to us, and I'm pretty sure we've had a bit of fun along the way. We're super lucky to have each of you, so please take good care of each other. I hope I can keep picking up your rubbish for many years to come. And a special shout out to our squad, our groomsmen, our bridesmaids. We couldn't have done it without you guys, and we appreciate you. Please get one more round of applause for the best man with the best love ballad in the house. And lastly, just quickly before I lose it, thanks to every one of you. If you're here, that means that you have played a part in our lives, so thank you to you too. Please enjoy yourselves. Bus is at 11 o'clock.